welcome to a whirlwind of laughter, excitement, and pure fun on this episode of Trending, brought to you by Airtel. I'm your host, Kim Opera. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. Let's get the show started. You know, we only bring the best of the best on Trending, and today we have none other than the Headies winner, Inspirational Artist of the Year, Neon ADEJO.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
How does it feel to be a Headies winner?
Too much pride now. It's all like me, when I walk on the street now, I have to walk like the Headies winner,
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So take us back.
It's a great thing for me.
It is?
I don't think my life has ever been the same again afterwards.
Afterwards?
Yeah.
Just briefly take us back to September 3rd, right?
Okay.
Winning the Headies award. How was that moment for you?
First of all, I wasn't even expecting it. Because the category was so, it was a tough one. So I wasn't really expecting it. But when my name was not mentioned, I was like, it was unbelievable, and it was really unbelievable, but it was my best night ever. Best night yet, but best night ever.
That's really good. That's really good. That's
Thank
really
you so
good.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Your name being called, it was the best night ever. How do you feel the reception was on you winning that award?
It's been a lot. Do you mean like social media?
Yes.
Space, the reaction
from
social
fans,
media?
Yes.
I mean, people who knew me prior to then were excited for me. I mean, I got messages a lot. I got engagement beyond what I expected. But from the other side of things, my Twitter was bubbling like, who are you?
Who is he?
Where do you come from? Who is he? What's he with it? What song did he? I'm just like, hey. I remember I sat on my couch. I was like, what did be this? Which kind? And I don't like public, this public thing.
Yes.
Like, which kind of wahala be this? Yeah, but I was in America then. It was so funny. But I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many people knew me. The Headies Award brought me out to more audience.
Exactly.
It is normal to have this kind of reactions from people. Yeah.
Okay, so you would say that also put your name out there.
I was telling somebody that the song had like 2-point-something million streams, not up to 2.5 before I won the Headies Award, and afterwards I had 3.3 million streams.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people
I'm so sorry. Can you just say that again? You had 2.9, like 2.5?
No, barely 2.5. But after I won the award, I had 3.3 million streams. So, and under the comments, people saying, "Oh, I knew him after the Headies Award," So
that's really nice.
Thank you, Headies.
Oh, thank you, Headies.
Yes.
So can you briefly just share your journey with us on how you ventured into being a gospel and inspirational artist?
Oh, yeah.
How did you find that niche for yourself?
Yeah, I started professionally in 2014.
Okay.
But prior to then, I'd been singing, but I didn't just think it was a professional thing for me to do, because then I was a graduate, international relations, good results. I was working, it was like everything was just good. But 2014, I just felt like, I needed to put out something, and then I did just for fun. But it didn't turn out, only my family members loved it. Only my family members loved it. Every other person was just giving criticism. And, because it was new for me. I was like, all of them, my enemy in abuse. Everybody criticized me, but, and then I started pushing on from there. At some point, I wanted to leave it because it was frustrating being an independent artist. But something inside of me felt like it was what I was supposed to do. So I kept pushing and pushing. Officially, all in and out of it has been 15 years plus. And
wow. And it's all been inspirational gospel music?
Yes.
Wow.
At some point, I broke out of doing a gospel song. I just wanted to do something different. But I think I recorded some songs at EME Studios, Banky W Studios, with a guy called Red One and another producer. But I think Spyro was also there when I recorded this project. It was long ago.
Yeah.
And then I just figured I was recording the last song. It was an EP, and then I just heard, this is not where you should be. I left the headset. I remember I took out my headset and I never came back.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what they did with the songs. I have no idea. I never came back.
But how did you know that your calling was to be a gospel? I really want to know, like, when you wanted to start singing, did you have a calling, or you were just like, okay, it's just gospel music that I want to do?
First of all, I had this major concern. I wanted a lifestyle for myself that is safe for me as a person, a lifestyle that won't put me under pressure. And then I wanted a way where people are genuinely being inspired by what I do.
Okay.
And it goes along with my life, you know, because I've seen a lot of things, a lot of people who have made several mistakes, you know. But so I wanted a life, and the only way I could get it was a life in God. And so I just figured, and I said to myself, you know, I'm going to do this because I love it and because it's safe for me as a person. And I feel like I get a lot of inspiration from that side of it. But as time went on, it now became more than just what I wanted to do. It now became what I was created for. I was called for. So now it's not just, I don't need $1 billion to live what I do. I love it. I know this is where, if I leave what I'm doing now and go somewhere else, I'll probably die the next day. Because my covering, I'm out of covering.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm out of covering. Yeah,
okay,
so.
talking about your listeners drawing inspiration from your music.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of gospel songs carry messages of faith and hope.
Yeah.
What would you say is your creative process for making songs? What inspires you?
Okay, so I love that question. Thank you. For me, my biggest inspiration is Jesus Christ. I love to let people know what he did for the believer, what is available for the believer, and what the believer can obtain just knowing who they are in him. You know, so inspiration behind my music is the finished work of Christ. So when I sit down to write, I don't just write because I want to be emotional. I write because every time you hear my music, it's either it's bringing you to gratitude or it's bringing you to knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So what of the non-believers?
Yeah, that's why there's no way, even if you're not a believer, there's no way you will not check around you and see that God has been good to you as a person. Because God does not just love the believer. He loves both the person that is yet to believe in him. As a matter of fact, the Bible said, whilst we were yet sinners, Christ came and died. It was never about whether you believed or you don't believe. It is the Bible says it's the goodness of God that brings men to repentance. So it is the love that he shows to you that will make you say, even with everything I've been doing, this person still loves me. I want to know him. Because it's a love that you don't see everywhere.
Facts.
You know, so for me, I write my songs in such a way that an unbeliever can sing, a believer can sing with the message of Christ in mind. Because I want to have him to come on my side.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You also start ministry.
Oh, I know. I know, right?
So your song Eze Bube has get so much streams and won several awards. How does that make you feel?
Gratitude. It humbles me every time, you know, because of how I got the song. I don't say this everywhere, but I'll say it, man. That song, I got that song. I've said it in a few places though. I got that song after I had a near-death experience. You know, so it wasn't just a song that I was praying and I got the song. No, it was formally my own song to God, just me. Like, I'm so grateful. Because if you look at my palm, I was electrocuted, before the pandemic. And I was dead. Let me just say I was dead. Because I had smoke coming out of my nose, you know, and my body color changed. So they took me to the hospital to run like a scan and all that. And then when they did, so in the process of that, 2 seconds into that electrocution, I screamed the name of Jesus and the light went off. What was shocking me left my hand and the light came back on. I'm not telling you like stories, I'm telling you what I experienced. The light came back on and they rushed me to the hospital. The doctor said if I stayed in that place for 2 seconds, I would have completely died. So I sat down on that hospital bed, just reminiscing, you know, and I started to write the song. And then a year later was the pandemic, and then the NSAS thing.
The NSAS, yes.
I was there too, and I survived it. And I just completed the song from that place. I said, there's a song that must come out of this experience. I was initially angry. I was angry initially about everything that happened. But somebody just said, why don't you finish up what you're writing about gratitude? And then I finished it up and I released it in 2021. And just last year into this year, it became a global thing.
Yes. Yeah. So talking about, it was something that everyone could relate to. Do you often struggle when you're writing music? Obviously you're writing to different audiences. Yeah. So do you usually struggle in conveying your messages when you're trying to write your music?
I used to, before I now fully realized my assignment, I used to struggle with, writing my songs. But now I don't think I struggle with writing my songs anymore.
Because I know a lot of people always complain about being a gospel artist is not the easiest thing to do. Not everyone will like you. It's not easy to, do all of that. But for you to say you've been doing this since 2014 till now. Yeah,
professionally. I don't think I struggle because my message is direct. Like I told you before, it's direct. If you listen to my songs, it brings you to gratitude and it brings you to the knowledge of who you are. I have a lot of songs unreleased.
Yeah.
And I'm still writing more songs. So I just have a direction where I don't want to be everywhere. If you really want to spend time thanking God, go listen to me on ADEJO.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Let's talk about the money aspect.
Okay.
Yes. There's a lot of talks that the gospel music doesn't really have high income generation rates. What are your thoughts on that?
Gospel artists are richer than some secular artists. I bet you. I tell you. In fact, I'm not going to call names, but I have a friend who is almost getting to his 10th apartment, buying his 10th apartment in Nigeria as a gospel artist. So I just coded.
I don't even think there's so many. So the market isn't saturated yet for you guys. So it's actually the more. I just gave you guys a clue. If you're thinking of being a gospel artist,
I can bet you, if you know what you're doing. So my problem with a lot of gospel artists, they don't understand the marketing part of gospel music. And even the Bible made it clear that do not middle business and spirituality. If it's business, deal with business as it is. Like a lot of gospel artists, even A-list gospel artists, don't understand what streaming platform does to them. They don't know what it is to make money from YouTube, they just give everything to their management and anything they give them, they take. And then they feel like they make a lot of money beyond just even charging people. People just gift gospel ministers. Somebody can just come and say, your music blessed me. I was in Abuja, somebody said, your music blessed me so much. And I was just thinking that was it. The woman said, okay, can you please send me your account number? And before I got to my hotel room, something entered and so that kind of amount allowed that will just make you look for somewhere to sit to first think about your life. Those kind of music, you don't get it from performing. And that's what gospel artists, that's what we enjoy a lot. I feel like we have a lot of wealthy gospel ministers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. So the gospel scene has grown and seen great growth over a couple of years.
Yeah.
Now we have a different genre called Afro gospel music.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I'm excited.
What's the conversation in you guys?
Yeah, I'm excited. I see the movement. I have friends like Limo Blaze, Great Man, Prince Emmanuel. A lot of them, they're really pushing the agenda of Afro gospel, and I feel like that's the genre that will help us sell arenas. I'm not kidding. That's the genre that will help us break protocols, because people talk down on these guys because they don't do the conventional bow down and worship. Nah, the gospel music is beyond one-sided thing. Is way too vast. There are rappers. There are people who do poetries. There are people who do, a lot of things in gospel music, in gospel as it concerns gospel. So don't restrict people and force them to be what they're not. So I like the idea of Afro gospel. Recently, I think Limo Blaze sold out a venue. Even Moses Bliss too sold out a venue in London.
Yes, Moses.
So those guys they are making. I love it. You expect a song from me from Afro gospel,
right?
Because we need to tap into.
Into all the streams.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Can you share with us any memorable or impactful moments from your live performances?
Oh, I think it was 2018. Was it 2018? I think 2018, thereabout, or 2019, when I went to, I think it was Uniben or something, where I was singing. It was me, It's Ekpoma, me, Tim Godfrey, and Frank Edward. And I was the first they called.
Yeah.
So when I started singing, somebody just started walking. Somebody that was paralyzed just started walking and was shouting everywhere. And I've had those moments in several occasions. It's not me. It's not me. So I just avail myself, and God just used those moments to bring solutions to people.
Yeah.
I've had testimonies of while I was singing, pile going, testimonies of somebody who was completely dead. They just played my song. Okay, one of my most memorable was a lady that met me in Lekki and brought her twin babies, brought them to me and said, like, it is because of your song that myself and my babies are alive. I was dead, completely dead. They were taking me to the morgue. I was still pregnant. She was in labor and she died. So her mom remembered that one of her favorite songs is my song. So they played it around her ears. And she said, I'm on TV, so I cannot even say what is not true. She said that while they played that song, that she heard it from afar, people singing, and she sang it with them, and she woke up. She woke up, and the way they held me, saying that, I met them in the UK again. They were still grateful, like. So it's been God. I'm grateful.
God is good.
I'm
God
grateful.
Is good.
I'm
God
grateful.
Is good.
Yeah.
All right.
You brought it.
Yeah, we really delved right into that. I really appreciate. I don't know. That's really touching. That's really touching. We thank God for using people like you to touch and to share hope and faith with everyone.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering those questions, and we'll be right back after this short break. That's a wrap on today's episode on Trending, brought to you by Airtel. I'm your host, Kim Opera. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. On Instagram, it's at Official HIPTV. On Twitter, it's at HIPTV. And on YouTube, it's at Official HIPTV. Till we see you again next time, don't forget to keep it moving.